Have you ever stopped to think about how that slice of pizza you just ate is literally powering your brain right now? It's not magic, not at all. It's an incredible biological machine at work. Today, we're going to dive deep into how our bodies turn food into fuel and what happens when that amazing machine needs a little tune-up.
It's a fantastic question, isn't it? You eat a meal, and then almost without thinking about it, that food becomes the power for you to move, to think, to even keep your heart beating. It's one of those things we totally take for granted, but it's not magic. It's a straight-up masterpiece of biological engineering.
So, to really understand how this machine works, we've got to look at its blueprint first. Every complex living thing, including us, is built on a very specific, very logical plan, from the absolute smallest part all the way to the whole.
And this diagram right here, it shows that master plan in action. You see, at the very bottom, we have the most basic building blocks, the cells. These cells then get together to form specialized teams, which we call tissues. Those tissues then assemble to create organs, like the heart. And finally, all those organs work together in these big, complex systems to keep the whole organism, in this case a deer, alive and kicking.
So, the key takeaway here is this hierarchy. It's a buildup. Cells are the foundational bricks. Tissues are like specialized teams of construction workers, all with one specific job. Organs are collections of those teams working together to build a major part of the structure. And organ systems, well, they're the GCs, the master groups that run the whole show. It's this incredible organization that makes all of our complexity possible.
Okay, now that we've got a handle on the body's master plan, let's see it in action. And there's no better example than one of the most crucial systems for our survival, the digestive system. This is where the incredible process of turning food into fuel really kicks off.
At its heart, digestion is basically a super efficient disassembly line. It takes these big, complex food molecules, stuff our bodies can't use as is, and it breaks them down piece by piece into tiny, simple molecules. Why? Because they have to be small enough to pass into our blood. And from there, they get delivered to every single cell that needs them.
So our food goes on this amazing journey through what's called the alimentary canal. It's this long, winding tube that starts at the mouth and ends, well, you know where it ends. And all along this path, it's getting processed by a whole team of organs, each one with a very specific job to do.
The stomach is a fantastic example of our body's master plan at work. Just look at this diagram. It's made up of different layers of tissue. You've got layers of muscle tissue on the outside to physically churn and mash the food. Then, on the inside, you have specialized glandular tissue that produces all the digestive juices, and it's all protected by this tough lining of epithelial tissue. Different teams, one organ, one big job.
So yeah, the stomach is a total multitasking marvel. It's physically crushing and churning our food, while at the very same time, it's unleashing this powerful chemical cocktail of enzymes and acid to completely take it apart. It is a true digestive powerhouse.
And that leads us to the next big question. Okay, we say it uses enzymes and acid, but what exactly are these chemical workers? And how in the world do they pull off this amazing feat of molecular disassembly? Well, the answer lies in the body's tiny, tiny engines, enzymes. These microscopic powerhouses are pretty much the secret to every single chemical reaction that keeps you alive right now. Enzymes are really the unsung heroes of our bodies. They're what we call biological catalysts. Think of them as tiny, super efficient workers on a molecular assembly line. And get this, a single enzyme can perform millions of chemical reactions per second. A reaction that might take years or even centuries to happen on its own. It's unbelievable.
The absolute best way to understand how they work is the classic lock and key model. Every enzyme has this uniquely shaped area called an active site, that's the lock, and only a specific molecule, the substrate, has the exact right shape to fit into it, that's the key. This perfect fit is why one enzyme is a pro at digesting protein, while a totally different one is designed just for starch.
But here's the catch. These enzymes are like really delicate machines. They work best at our normal body temperature, right around 37 degrees Celsius. If things get too hot, they literally fall apart. Their complex shape unravels and they become permanently useless. It's like a key melting, so it just doesn't fit the lock anymore.
And they're not just picky about temperature. They are incredibly picky about their chemical environment too. Some enzymes, like the ones in our stomach, are designed to thrive in super acidic conditions. But others, like the ones you find in our intestines, need a completely different, more alkaline environment to do their job. It's like having a whole toolbox full of different tools, each one perfectly designed for its unique task.
Okay, so we've seen how our bodies brilliantly break down food into fuel. But how does that fuel get from our gut to, say, our brain or our big toe? Well, that is the job of our incredible circulatory system, a vast network of biological highways that delivers life itself to every single corner of our being.
The circulatory system is basically the body's ultimate logistics network. You've got the heart, this incredible pump, constantly pushing blood through thousands and thousands of miles of vessels. It's delivering those essential nutrients we just talked about from digestion, and of course oxygen from our lungs, to every single one of your trillions of cells.
But, this system can run into trouble. What we eat directly impacts what's flowing through these highways. And while some fats, like cholesterol, are actually necessary, a poor diet can lead to way too much bad cholesterol. This extra fat can start building up on the inside of our arteries, kind of like gunk inside a pipe, making it narrower and harder for blood to get through.
And when these blockages happen in the most critical arteries of all, the ones that are feeding the heart muscle itself, the consequences can be devastating. As you can see here, the heart muscle gets slowly starved of the oxygen and nutrients it needs. This can lead to chest pain and, in the worst-case scenario, a life-threatening heart attack.
Now, fortunately, our understanding of the heart and this whole system has led to some absolutely remarkable medical breakthroughs. We now have an incredible range of tools and techniques to repair this vital organ when it starts to fail. Let's just take a quick look at some of these amazing life-saving fixes. If the heart's valves, which are supposed to be one-way doors, start to leak, well, we can actually replace them. If the heart's own natural pacemaker starts to go haywire, we can install an artificial one to keep the rhythm steady. And in the most serious situations, like total heart failure, we can even perform a heart transplant, giving someone a whole new lease on life.
So think about the journey we've just been on. We went from understanding how our bodies turn a simple meal into energy, all the way to medically intervening when that machine fails. We can clear out blocked arteries with tiny stents and even replace entire organs. It really leaves us with a fascinating thought. As our knowledge grows, are we moving from just being passengers in our own bodies to becoming the very architects of our own biology?